Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Precious Kurth, the principal of Liberty North High School. This afternoon, I proudly and excitedly welcome you to the 2022 Commencement Ceremony. At this time, please rise for the presentation of colors. At this time, please be seated as our senior class processes. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2022. Please stand for the national anthem. Immediately following the national anthem, you may be seated as Dr. Jeremy Tucker, Superintendent of Schools, will address the senior class, followed by Mrs. Jill Brock, presenting awards and recognitions.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Liberty North High School commencement exercises for the class of 2022. Seniors, we gather to celebrate you in reaching this important milestone in life. I imagine over the course of the last few days, you've spent a lot of time reflecting on your life's journey to this point and all that lies ahead. This afternoon, we thought it would be fitting to acknowledge those who've helped you along the way. We'll begin with the Liberty Public Schools Board of Education. Would you please stand and be recognized? Let's give them a round of applause. I also want to thank Dr. Kurth and the entire Liberty North High School faculty and staff for their work both in and outside of the classroom. They spend countless hours equipping our high school students with the knowledge and skills necessary to be successful in life. Would the faculty, staff, and administration of Liberty North High School please stand and be recognized as well? Let's give them a round of applause. Seniors, you're also surrounded this afternoon by those who care for you the most. At this time, would parents and guardians of our seniors please stand and remain standing for a few moments? In addition, I would ask that grandparents of our seniors would also stand. Seniors, please join me in recognizing your parents, grandparents, and guardians this afternoon. For those of you that were standing, this is a milestone for you as well. We celebrate you and we celebrate our graduates' accomplishments. It's a culmination of years of parenting, of sacrifice, commitment, worry, joy, and of course, pride. At times you may have asked yourselves, will they make it? The answer is yes, they've made it, and they have done exceptionally well. Several in the class of 2022 are currently serving in the National Guard, the Reserves, or have enlisted to serve our country upon graduation. Seniors who will serve or are currently serving in the armed services, please stand and remain standing. There's another group that we want to add to those seniors that have already sat down, so go ahead and get back up. We additionally want to recognize those that are serving or veterans of our armed services. Would you please stand and join our seniors? Let's give them all a great round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. I want to add my personal congratulations to the class of 2022. Words from the Instagram poet Cleo Wade seem fitting this afternoon as she explains in her poem, Only Once, that everything we do is a habit. She writes, "Everything is a habit. Fear, bravery, loving good, loving badly, speaking up, staying silent, giving, taking, opening up, shutting down, gratitude, ingratitude, building, destroying, doing things kindly, or doing things unkindly." She ends the poem by asking, which of these habits are worthy of this life you will most definitely only get to live once? Before you rush off into adulthood, lay everything aside for a moment. The classroom lessons that you've learned, the successes that you have achieved, maybe the struggles you're currently facing, and the plans you have in front of you. In all that we face, how we respond and the habits that we put in place are our choosing in how we navigate life's challenges and opportunities. Whether in difficult times or times filled with joy and excitement, it's our habits and it's our behaviors that will see us through. I encourage you, as the Instagram poet wrote, to be the one to choose to be brave, to love good, to speak up, to give, to open up, to show gratitude, to build up, and most importantly, to be kind. Be the one who lifts others up when needed, take the time to walk in their shoes, and above all else, give all that you have to serve others. Seniors, we wish you well as you embark on the next chapter in your journey. On behalf of every single one of us in the Liberty Public Schools community, congratulations to the class of 2022.
Good afternoon. I am Jill Brock, Department Chair of the Counseling Center, and have the privilege of announcing the following awards for the Liberty North High School Class of 2022. It is my sincere privilege to announce our National Merit Awardees, AP Scholars, Salutatorians, and Valedictorians. At this time, with Nathaniel Paul, Liberty North's National Merit Finalist, and Vivian Anderson, Liberty North's Commended Scholar, please stand. Nearly 1.5 million students take the PSAT in the fall of their junior year. Vivian Anderson's score was among the top 34,000 and awarded the Commended Scholar recognition. Nathaniel is a National Merit Finalist, scoring in the top 7,000 of all 1.5 million scores received. Please congratulate Nathaniel and Vivian on their honor with a round of applause. We now ask the Advanced Placement Scholars to please rise. The award of AP Scholar was developed by the College Board to recognize high school students who have demonstrated exemplary college-level achievement on AP exams. This distinction is granted to the students who receive the score of 3 or higher on 3 or more AP exams during their high school career. Please join us in acknowledging their achievement with a round of applause. At this time, we now ask our salutatorians for the class of 2022 to please rise. The honor of salutatorian is granted to those students who have earned the grade of B in one course and the grade of A in all other courses taken during their high school career. Let's give the salutatorians a well-deserved round of applause. And now, we ask our valedictorians for the class of 2022 to please rise. The honor of valedictorian is granted to those students who have earned a grade of A in all courses taken during their high school career. Let's give the valedictorians a well-deserved round of applause. Congratulations to these students and their families.
Good afternoon, honored guests, graduates, parents, grandparents, friends, family, and the Board of Education. I extend my deepest and sincerest appreciation to every teacher, every coach, every faculty member, and every trusted adult that has given and supported unconditionally to our graduates. It is an honor and a privilege to speak on behalf of the class of 2022. Graduates, we celebrate you today for your achievements, perseverance, and the finale of high school. Today is a big moment, a memorable day for each of you. You are an extraordinary class. You are fun, strong, talented, and courageous. A graduation ceremony is such a special occasion, and it bears a mixture of emotions. Commencement is the culmination of hard work, the actualization of goals attained, the acknowledgement of success achieved, and the reality that adulthood has arrived. Class of 2022, you are prepared for this occasion. You are ready to end this chapter in your life and begin a new one. Bask in the moment. You should feel proud, celebrated, and decorated by your accomplishments and achievements. You each richly deserve and have earned this moment. Soon you will enjoy the greatest scale of freedom in the next circuit of your life, and you will have many, many life decisions to make. But before then, let's commemorate the road of awesomeness and excellence that you have traveled together. We can never forget COVID, AKA the pandemic, or the sophomore depression, as Miles has coined it. It's real, and it has impacted experiences and opportunities. But while the world was adjusting to a new normal, we responded, and we created new and different opportunities and experiences. New traditions like the military wall, 22 days of seniors, and signing the 2022 Eagle Head were established. The send-off route was altered and expanded, allowing the drum line to better lead and command school pride, school spirit, and school celebrations. Flex Hour was established. The field house was transformed to host homecoming and court warming, and the field house was packed. The football team made school history by playing in the state championship game, followed by Coach Learman being named the new football coach. And remember the fan favorite, Mr. Bennett, being announced Support Person of the Year at the basketball game? We have entrepreneurs, Winter Guard team members, Screaming Eagles, the ARI and the Keynote staff, Navy members, art exhibit acceptance winners, scientists, musicians, and songwriters, the Evelyn Gates winner, athletic, district, state, speech and debate champions, sports marketing geniuses, and Blue Star Award winners seated among us this afternoon. Also seated are AP and AVID scholars and young men and women committed to protecting and serving our country by entering the military. We have future policymakers and governmental change agents among us this afternoon. In this class are students that initiated, lobbied for an amendment, and passed a statewide AP credit policy with the guidance of our experienced and well-respected AP teacher, Mr. Kurt Gates. We likely, probably, maybe also have some participants of devious licks seated among us this afternoon. Each year, the senior and student council executive members select a word that characterizes and succinctly describes the graduating class. Traditionally, that word is embossed in gold on the front of the program. This year, the senior class chose the word exemplary. Class of 22, you are exemplary. And you have demonstrated excellence both collectively as a class and through your own individual successes. This class's progress and success mirrors and reflects the characteristics of an LPS graduate. You are collaborative, resourceful, goal-oriented, and civically engaged. You are leaders, and you will forever be an eagle. Seniors, continue to challenge and commit yourselves to being creative, being bold, being innovative, and being unique. Complexity, diversity, and empathy will characterize the future and the way you navigate the world. Journey the years ahead of you with empathy, compassion, objectivity, and a willingness to take risk and create change. In the words of Ella Wheeler Wilcox, there is no chance, no destiny, no fate that can circumvent or hinder or control the firm resolve of a determined soul. Seniors, you are the future, and on you, the world will come to depend. There are various post-secondary plans amongst this class of over 540 seniors. We are excited that 7 members of this class have committed to the armed forces. More than 400 members of the class are continuing on to a 2-year, a 4-year, or a technical college, and more than 40 members of this class are entering the workforce. 4 are committed to missionary servitude, and 26 are undecided of their next steps. These stellar statistics speak to the value of an education. This afternoon's commencement speakers are Student Council Executive Officer, Mr. Cooper Potteroff, Senior Class Graduate Miles Seegers, and Liberty North's faculty member, Mrs. Rosalind Zigarelli. Cooper Potteroff is the son of Kelly and Jeremy Potteroff. Cooper has committed to Kansas State University in the fall. Cooper has declared architecture as his course of study. Miles Seegers is the son of Lee and William Seegers. Miles has also been accepted to Kansas State University and plans to major in computer science. Mrs. Rosalind Zigarelli is the innovative department chair at Liberty North, an ELA teacher, a link leader, and the sponsor of Females Empowered. Mrs. Zigarelli is completing her 13th year in education, and all 13 years have been spent in the Liberty Public Schools. Mrs. Zigarelli and her husband, Nick, have 2 children, Andrew and Anthony. Please give your warmest welcome to our 2022 commencement speakers.
I cannot begin to explain what an honor it is for me to be standing on this stage right now, presenting to you the Liberty North class of 2022. The amount of sheer talent and determination that this class has to offer is truly extraordinary. I'm blessed to be speaking on behalf of Liberty North Student Council, as well as my fellow executive officers. The one thing I thought to myself when first starting writing the speech was, don't make it sappy. But then again, I realized, maybe I am sentimental about graduating, so maybe SAPI is the thing that best describes all of us. This eventually led me to the acronym SAP, or Success, Adaptability, and Purpose, all words that help describe the Liberty North class of 2022. Now, it's easy for me to stand on this stage and claim that our graduating class was the most successful class of all time, which we were. But I think it's more important for us to reflect on how we reached that success. Everyone in this room has achieved success in different ways. Through the last 4 years, we have all had our own unique experiences that have led us here together. There have been ups and downs and changes to adapt to, but we persevered, and here we are. But what happens now? As Octavia Spencer once said, it's your turn to choose and define what success means to you. Now, others will try to define it for you, but your voice is the only voice that matters. It's time for us to define our own success shortly after we cross this stage here in a few moments. Now that we've looked towards the future, let's reminisce about the past. Parts of the past 4 years haven't exactly been what we all wished for. Although there have been several obstacles, this class has shown perseverance and its ability to adapt. Just think about it. We have been at this school since 2018. We have new teachers and staff members, new clubs and organizations, and even a whole new section in our school. So, it's clear that we've been at Liberty North for what seems like forever at this point. But what have we accomplished? For starters, I can't even count on my fingers how many state champions are in this crowd right now. A huge congratulations to all of you guys. Not only that, we have several students in this crowd that have represented a perfect 4.0 GPA throughout all 4 years of high school. A huge congratulations to all of you guys as well. Now, if I go back a few months ago, I was sitting there with stacks of homework, club assignments just flustered out of my mind, not knowing what to do. So I stopped and thought for a second, why do I do this to myself? What's forcing me to participate in these clubs and activities? Well, it's simple. They give me purpose. Now, you're probably thinking, what is this kid doing up here talking about what gives him purpose? Well, this is the first time for any of us in our graduating class to really have that opportunity to choose that next step in life. There's no more set curriculum that any of us have to take, so the opportunities for all of us are endless. This is why I urge all of you in the Liberty North class of 2022 to find that thing that gives you purpose, for that's the reason we push ourselves to be the best possible way we can every single day. Now that we've gone through some of our successes, times that we've had to adapt, and covered our purpose for the future, I say we all be sappy together. Before I go, I would like to show recognition to those of whom that have brought us to the positions that we are in today. I'd like to say thank you to the Liberty North faculty for working countless hours behind the scenes to make Liberty North the perfect home for all of us these past 4 years. I'd like to say thank you to my friends and family for supporting me through my past endeavors as well as my future aspirations. I'd like to say thank you to Student Council for all of the opportunities the organization has given me. And lastly, I'd like to thank all of you, the Liberty North class of 2022, for making our high school experience certainly one to remember. Thank you again.
All right, thank you so much, Cooper, for delivering such a beautiful speech. I'm gonna try not to disappoint and live up to it. I wanna thank my beautiful family currently in the stands, the faculty and staff, my coaches, and the greatest class to ever go through Liberty North, the class of 22, for granting me this opportunity and blessing to speak to you wonderful people. I truly do love y'all more than Kanye loves Kanye. I want to begin this address by making my peers cognizant of our valuable lives. Once we are dead, once our spirit and our physical being are no longer on this earth, many of us will be honored with a tombstone that may have a variety of commodities and respects. There will be 2 dates, our birth and our death. But most importantly, what truly matters is the dash in between those dates. What we do, what we say, and how we treat others determines our value and how we spent our time on this precious earth. In my younger days, growing up in Liberty wasn't the most diverse experience. The predominantly white institutional experience trapped me with many, many insecurities, especially for a young boy. My nose, my lips, my non-straight hair. I rejected my Asian and African American roots, all because I didn't want to get used to change, because I didn't want to face adversity. Albert Einstein once said, "Try not to become a man of success, but rather become a man of value." But in order to become a person of value, you must love and care for yourself way before others can. This personal story and famous quote lead me into highlighting the beauty of change and difference among this class. We were once sophomores sitting in our second hour, all chilling because Lil Uzi just dropped Eternal to Take, and Bigger Than Life is still the best song on that album. We sat there without a care in the world, thinking we had time. All of a sudden, we were on an extended spring break, a really, really long spring break. Everyone had sophomore year depression, and I don't really know if that's a thing, but I'm gonna just stick with it. If any event caused this class to face adversity head on, it was quarantine. March 13th to September 8th, 2020. This period of time brought great change to every single individual in front of me, where we sat like prisoners awaiting an eternal sentence. Teenagers with too much time and uncertainty about the future. The perfect formula for us to make bad decisions. But instead, I believe this time is when many of us discovered our true selves. Some of us decided to start businesses. Some of us found new hobbies, like thrifting. But even the people like me did absolutely nothing besides play 2K and Call of Duty and listen to endless amounts of Lil Baby. And some of us found that isolation and loneliness was a lot more peaceful. We came back to our school our junior year with COVID restrictions and hybrid days. Sports games consisted of very few fans, where at football games, all the players could tackle and get in each other's face. But we couldn't shake hands after the game to make sure we didn't get sick. Didn't make much sense to me. The 2020 through 21 school year taught us that time waits on no one. We still had to take the ACT, AP tests, pass our classes, and prepare for post-graduation plans. We not only complied, but dominated those circumstances. And now we all sit here today, where the class of 22 has came out victorious. Even through this oddly unique experience, many feats and accomplishments were achieved during our journey. Or even we can call it a chapter, or just another small part of our dash in between our dates on our tombstone. As each second brings us closer to that closing date, I encourage my peers to continue to find value within themselves and this world, no matter what circumstances that this world and the people in it force us into. Once again, I want to thank everybody that made this opportunity for me happen. I hope I didn't drive everyone crazy with this speech, but happy graduation and welcome to the Good Life class of 22. Money Miles out, hashtag War Eagle.
Man, tough acts to follow. Good job, guys. Great job, Money Miles. Look at that grin. He's been wearing that same smile for his whole entire high school career. Look at it. Some things never change. That's a pretty common saying, right? Some things never change. But you, class of 2022, you're not trying to hear that saying. For you, nearly everything changed over the last 4 years of your educational career. You, even more so than the classes before you, have learned that the only constant in life is change. Think about it. Freshman year, 2018, first year of high school. Pretty standard year. You learn the ropes. Even as the youngest class in one of the biggest high schools in the state, you made it through. By sophomore year, you had it down. No longer new freshies. Just when you were thinking you had high school all figured out, global pandemic. We joked, we're not coming back after spring break. We didn't. A fourth of your year was virtual. Final showcases and performances, traditional events like prom, entire seasons of sports canceled, and no one really knew what that would mean for the future. The start of your junior year came with a lot of uncertainty and a lot of fear. You went to school face-to-face 2 days a week, or not at all. Depending on where your last name fell in the alphabet, you didn't see half of your classmates at school. In April, we all came back together, but we didn't know for how long or at what cost. And though we were all back in the same building, a lot of people were divided about what was safe and what was the right thing to do when it came to COVID and school. Enter senior year. Though it hasn't felt like it at times, we've tried to make it as close to normal as we can manage. However, we're all still experiencing a little bit of that COVID fatigue. Relearning what school looked like hasn't been easy, especially when you add a mean case of senioritis on top of that. Yeah, you know who you are. Mean case of senioritis. Even though you had 4 completely different years of high school experience, you were resilient to all of these changes. Through the doubt, fear, and uncertainty, you carried on. You won national championships in dance. You produced sold-out musicals. You earned multiple awards in journalism, Scholar Bowl, chess, choir, band, orchestra. You had national merit scholars. You made it to state in football for the first time ever in Liberty history. Say it with me, War Eagle! Despite being half apart for part of your high school career, you came together to form the best student section in the state of Missouri. High school is hard enough as it is without a global pandemic. But even when the world around us was in crisis mode, you, class of 2022, you stepped up. And that is something to celebrate today. That is something to Money Miles smile about. So instead of giving you advice, I just want to remind you of what you already know. You already know the only constant is change. But that saying feels a little incomplete to me. You must find your constant through the change. Whatever healthy habit, routine, person, or source of happiness that got you through all of these last 4 years, hold on to it. Use it in times where uncertainty is the only certainty. Look back over these last 4 years without negativity. Use them as a reminder of the resilience you have developed, and let that quality propel you through all of the future's inevitable changes. They're coming. And remember, despite what change may come, despite where you go, despite how awful of a Tuesday you're having, you will always be an eagle. And one constant, one safe haven, one place you can always come back to if you ever need is Liberty North. We're here for you, we love you, and we will never forget you or the resilience you have shown. Congratulations, class of 2022. Proud of you.
Thank you for the words of encouragement and wisdom. Class, please rise. And if the school board president, Mr. Nicholas Bartlow, would please join me at the podium. Mr. President, Superintendent Tucker, and Board of Education, parents, staff, and guests. The students standing before you have met all of the requirements for graduation from Liberty North High School as stipulated by the Liberty Board of Education and the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education of Missouri. They are now ready to receive their diplomas. Class, please be seated. President Bartlow will now make remarks on behalf of the Board of Education.
Well, thank you, Dr. Kurth. Liberty North, class of 2022. On behalf of the Liberty Public Schools Board of Education, congratulations to you on this momentous occasion. We're pleased to welcome your parents, grandparents, relatives, others who have supported you throughout the years, as well as esteemed faculty, staff, and administrators, as we celebrate you and your accomplishments. Now, I'm sure that many of you have been a part or will be a part of graduation celebrations that honor you or your friends. I'd venture a guess that many of these celebrations have cake or cupcakes, cookies, some sort of a sweet treat to mark that occasion. But have you ever stopped to wonder why we only eat these treats occasionally? Why cake is reserved for graduations or birthdays or some other special occasion? Why can't you have cake to celebrate a seemingly inconsequential moment? Now, I'm a big fan of Christina Tosi. She's a baker who built Milk Bar, created an empire around really fantastic and innovative desserts. But beyond her baking chops, she's just an all-around amazing person. Sunshine and rainbows is a way you might describe her personality. Her life mantra is just bake the cake. And what she means by that expression is that you don't need a good reason to celebrate. You remembered all your bobby pins to keep your hat on your head today. Celebrate. You sign your first apartment lease. Go ahead and celebrate that. You pay your first cell phone bill since leaving your parents' plan. Celebrate that. Parents celebrate that, right? You have 2 clean socks with no holes that match. Celebrate it. You made 1 trip to the DMV to get your tags. Celebrate that. You had a terrible day at your new job. Celebrate it. You probably didn't see that one coming. Our lives are filled with teeny tiny, seemingly inconsequential moments. And we all remember the big ones like this one today, but our days are filled with the little ones. So find something every day to make a big moment out of. Just bake the cake and mark that memory. Ms. Tosi says, celebrate your good days and bad days, the out loud occasions and the private turning points. Celebrate your accomplishments, especially the invisible ones that only you know about. After all, that's how we effect big shifts toward meaning and connection and joy. It happens one person, one moment, one cake at a time. And what better pursuit could there be than slowing down time, marking moments in our crazy, wonderful, worthy lives? Don't wait for the right moment or the picture-perfect way to celebrate. Just start. Just celebrate. Class of 22, we celebrate all the accomplishments you have already achieved. We're excited to see the way in which you change this world for the better. Congratulations once again, and always remember, just bake the cake.
Thank you, President Bartlow. At this time, we will begin the presentation of diplomas. On behalf of the class of 2022, we respectfully request that you keep applause to a minimum to ensure that everyone is able to hear each name. Mrs. Kim Linger and Mr. Brian Hartman will now begin the presentation of diplomas.
Samantha Jane Benning.
Matthias Michael Harper.
Cade Andrew Maloney.
Erica Dawn Berg.
Ryan Turner Salisbury.
Andrew Michael Weiler.
Ella Catherine Westfall.
Megan Nicole Hawk.
John Corbin Wood.
Mr. Cooper Potter.
Dallas Cole Hilton.
Miles Seegers.
Jacob David Thompson.
Claire Louise Myers.
Sophia Grace Hudson.
Christiane Angeline Adranetta.
Aubrey Nadine Lewis.
Jackson Gary Reeder.
Wyatt Russell Newcomer.
Alexandria Elizabeth Florido.
Brett Michael Hansen.
Marissa Grace Florido.
Anthony Leonard Burns.
Abby Dirks LaPlante.
Hayden Christopher Arzola.
Anna Grace Steiger.
Kaylin Isabel Simon.
Sarah Caitlin Steinbeck.
Adriana Joanne Skembry.
Jackson Dean Newmeyer.
Ryan Elaine Strome.
Jude Francis King.
Emily Page Wilson.
John Andrew Harris.
Jade Danielle Pickens.
Carson Warren Decker.
Kennedy Janae Mead.
Val Campbell.
Brenna Gabrielle Trivis.
Jaden Zachary Pitts.
Vivian Rose Caricio.
Justin Paul Scott.
Ellie Grace Kirkbride.
Cole Christopher Bryant.
Maya Elena Mackey.
Jacob Paul Aiken.
Kaylee Elizabeth Depker.
Caleb James O'Connell.
Brianna Jean Frank.
Brandon Noah Jacob.
Caitlin Quinn Morrow.
Tyler James Weber.
Michaela Ann Farage.
Zachary Garrison Broden.
Kaylin Marie Farage.
Jackson Boone Cruz.
Lila Leanne Brandenberry.
Colin Vincent Lieb.
Bibi Fuying Needham.
Connor Albert Ball.
Jacob James Calder.
Andrew Joseph Augustine.
Carly Dawn Engel.
Aiden Patrick O'Reilly.
Ashley Lee Boron.
Daniel Carl Herrick.
Madeline Ann Monaco.
Cassidy Noel Nofsker.
Cameron Rose Schmaltz.
Alyssa Marie Libby.
Kirsten Marie Schmaltz.
Blue Giselle Robinson.
McKinley Christine Richardson.
Eleanor Ray Dugdale.
Mason Michael Bowen.
Elaine May Drotz.
Alyssa Leanne Osborne.
Taylor Lauren Neal.
Gabriella Marie Marsage.
Annabella Catherine Noel Hartz.
Alexandra Lauren Bigler.
Shyla Taylor Marie Heindel.
Cameron Allen Cobb.
Daniel Austin Holland.
Gregory David Hayes.
Esmeralda Gomez.
Ethan Slade Taylor.
Claire Elise Terrio.
Drew Michael Purnell.
Allison Joe Cox.
Jackson Allen Barney.
Kirsten Renee Zerjax.
Aaron Bradley Lewis.
Christina Bell Loomis.
Creighton Garrett Crawford Holmes.
Jared Michael Novak.
Addison Paige Beagle.
Kirsten Marie Glass.
Jeffrey James Cisneros.
Sarah Paige Hemingway.
Ainsley Nicole Gardner.
Clara Lynn Clausen.
Haley Elizabeth Clevenstone.
Jared Edwin Grisham.
Maya Isabel Anchondo.
Caleb Michael Moore.
Quentin Robert James.
Ethan Michael Decker.
Lucy May Pasamante B2.
Noah James Johnson.
Adeline Elizabeth Armour.
Antonio Diego Meza.
Avery Renee Overcast.
Jordan Alexander Krogi.
Lane Marie Matthews.
Marcio Antonio Coelho.
Allie Catherine Levings.
Ian Gravener Road.
Sophia Ann Hardy.
Landon Dean McGinnis.
Macy Diane Smith.
Brayton Rudy Palma.
Emma Evelyn Heiser.
Luke Anthony Doherty.
Samantha Elizabeth Redford.
JL Mello Bell.
Aiden Eugene Anderson.
Evan Bradley Watson.
Maxwell James McConnell.
Noah Everett Martin.
Ellie Ann Stats.
Jacob Lawson Moorhead.
Reese Emmeline True.
Hunter Cole Simons.
Aldo Justin Delgado.
Jacob Connor Lehigh.
Quentin Jacob Darius Keisha.
Isaac Cannon Lozano.
Lucy Ray Griffith.
Nathaniel Isaiah Paul.
Morgan Delaney Weber.
Connor Michael Judd.
Katie Ann Chester.
Jacob Michael Curtin.
Kaylee Elizabeth Linger.
Jackson Daniel Huskamp.
Justice Rye Braden.
Alec Dean Hunterdoss.
Ava Corinne Baker.
Orvin Cruz Melgar.
Matthew David Hudson.
Joe Thomas Park.
Frank Vincent Palma.
Ronnie Regine Hughes.
Jack Francis Gardner.
Marissa Marie Galvin.
Caitlin Marie Williams.
Sierra Constance Vance.
Kit Luke Knopf.
Aiden Michael Smith.
Zachary Paul Erickson.
Arwa Noor.
Hayden Allen Wanless.
Taryn Andrea Coronado.
Dawson Robert Blackburn.
Delaney McKenna Nichols.
Lucy Noel Chu.
Kelsey Elizabeth Weaver.
Avery Elise Mickelson.
Allie Ann Walton.
Matthew Christopher Nelson.
Isaac Jeffrey Howerton.
Bennett Robert Pearson.
Matthew David Menier.
Brandon Philip Hull.
Sydney Jane Nielsen.
Drew Davis Evans.
Megan Christina Brosey.
Brandon Joseph Schluter.
Megan Natalie Wright.
Noah Curtis Summers.
Anderson Cy Carter.
Brett Rose.
Nicholas Dean Onan.
Brecken Keith Daw.
Michael William Anthony Alonso.
Carson Jean Russell.
Thaddeus Alexander Paxton Gouge.
Jolyn Marie Graham.
Ava Danielle Simone Carroll.
Kendall Madison Wallace.
Ava Regina Allen.
Erilyn Jade Haney.
Inez Amelia Reveriego Dana.
Joseph Allen Knight.
Laura Lee Schumann.
Alexander Dale Carter.
Marcelo Cardozo Buzzi.
Carson William Palmer.
Paula Gomez Ferrero.
Sydney Rose Noble.
Brianna Caitlin Bain.
Anna Paige Warner.
Madeline Jane Hartman.
Ethan William Lee.
Graham Reinhardt Carter.
Cole Anthony Helvelka.
Garrett Andrew Breyer.
Caleb Benjamin Robinson.
Simon Montgomery Partridge.
Tommy Slade Kavanaugh.
Ty David Keel.
Hayes Edward Babb.
Jake Anders Anderson Jones.
Brandon Talon Beagle.
Trenton Ray Richardson.
Roderick Scott Denmark.
Sydney Elizabeth Hollingsworth Herbert.
Spencer Anthony Lemoyne.
Marcela Mesa.
Jaden Allen Green.
Riley Alexis Grimes.
Madison Louise Sanford.
Cora Renee Morrow.
Braden Grimes.
Tanner Mason Sims.
Kyle Carson Slaughter.
Ashlyn K. Cockrum.
Benjamin Coe Pritchett.
McKenna Kaylee O'Hare.
Reagan Elizabeth Maxon.
Sophia Cheryl Elliott.
Madison Jean Malott.
Alexis Lynn Worley.
Rex Allen Miller.
Avery Monroe Evans.
Grace Elizabeth Layton.
Ava Grace McIninch.
Adam Lee Holst.
Caitlin Elissa Lafferty.
Georgia Elaine Wolf.
Emma Lynn Donnelly.
Celine Paredes Nunez.
Arciana Rochelle Rodriguez.
Ashlyn Ray Welch.
Isabella Luis Copala.
Lillian Ruth Dutton.
Daniela Araceli Galley.
Brooke Ashlyn Rowe.
Tyler Douglas Bliss.
Catherine Ann Grundy.
Mario Alexander Martinez.
Catherine Ann Nick.
Julian Jacob Chiarte.
Morgan K. Griffin.
Samuel James Harris.
Grace Antoinette Johnson.
Costin Andrew Steiner.
Joshua Dean Wilson.
Tyler James Peterson.
Riley James Stockham.
Gunnar Davis Wukowicz.
Brianna Nicole Maza.
Andrew J. Creedon.
Courtney Danielle Clay.
Braden Lawrence Stevens.
Hayden William Chapel.
Kaylee Therese Cooper.
Brock David Blanchard.
Danielle Kennedy Knudsen.
Riley Vincent Black.
Maggie Lynn Morris.
Samuel Henry Ellis.
Liliana Marie Brancato.
Tyler Jacob Brackett.
Sydney Ray Powell.
Owen Henry Corpus.
Gabrielle Leanne Zink.
Baxter Allen Recht.
Aubrey Faith Petty.
Simon Joseph Karandi.
Preston Lewis Moran.
Logan Lang Houghton.
William Dylan Alft.
Judah Solomon Jurls.
Lucas William Titus. Kylie Quinn Harmon.
Benjamin Aaron Probst.
Brianna Paige Carroll.
Trey Clifton Sharp.
Kaylee Jean Adams.
Trey Scott Travis Paget.
Logan Allen Teeter.
Evan Thomas Spiewak.
Caroline Grace Banks.
Ryan Alexander Pence.
Joshua Ray Garcia.
Jacob Lucas Davis Cantwell.
Cody Lynn Schul.
Tyler William White.
Natalie Marie Bierk.
Christopher William Villanueva.
Avery Grace Daniels.
Joseph Allen Wilson.
Jacinta Jacqueline Injiri Moulet.
Brianna Michelle Rode Allen.
Jonas Quinn Roth.
Aiden Kane Ordal.
Joshua Charles Bean.
Devin Robert Jackson.
Donovan Nicholas Comer.
Nicholas Andrews Zilstra.
Ethan Daniel Sawyer.
Jackson Raymond Williams.
Caleb Jackson Boyce.
Glenn Jacob Wogemuth.
Abigail Eileen Thompson.
Christian Patrick Hovey.
Alexis Taylor Seeley.
Jeremy David Lidster.
Cameron Ray Kirkland.
Ian William Tony.
Trenton Kyle Bird.
Connor Zachary Ellington.
Shania Lynn Schoenrock.
Wesley Christian Miller.
Mackenzie Jade Hickson.
Xander Jacoby Kilbreth.
Calissa May Atkins.
Benjamin Patrick Parker.
Anastasia Elizabeth Philly.
Owen McVeigh Lambert.
Amber Elizabeth Clancy.
Dell Michelsidick Rice.
Abigail Richardson.
Annie Marie Carmichael.
Julian Danielle Pascu.
Cole Michael Harris.
Jake Anthony Young.
Amelia Claire Funston.
Olivia Marie Nodani.
Alyssa Michelle Gilbert.
Ticey Lynn O'Quinn.
Xochitl America Medina.
Madeline Claire Wyatt Slaybush.
Alexis Dawn Murphy.
Dylan Paul Hauk.
Olivia Lishing Harris.
Carter Lee Holland.
Mia Isabel Louis Spurlock.
Kennedy Sue Holland.
Liva Kowar.
Corbin Lane Stoneham.
Manal Arfa.
Zachary Alexander DeFries.
Faith Lauren McMillan.
Wyatt James Davis.
Caitlin Arlene Burns.
Gavin Conrad Bray.
Zachary Michael Burns.
Raymond A. Natividad.
Isabel Michaela Zimmerman.
Brett Andrew Casey.
Haley Elizabeth O'Meara.
Drew William Casey.
Ellie Marie Platt.
Brian Corey Brown.
Joseph Brennan Robbins.
Addison Emily Nardini.
Alexis Nicole Bruce.
Olivia Rose Hames.
Joshua Taylor Wickland.
Piper Marie Hill.
Robert Dean Johnson.
Jameson Grace Lewis.
Noah Matthew Thompson.
Sophia Angelica McCroskey.
Trenton Lee Bonhurst.
Elena Marie Fulkerson.
Caitlin Elena Bentley.
Ava Marie Henry.
Janae Kimberly Michaela Thurston.
Caitlin Carmen.
Isaiah Marcellus White.
Ava Grace Bilhars.
Andy Khalees Urban.
Rebecca Welsh Hall.
Ashanedu Marriott Josie.
Zoe Gabrielle Wright.
Maurice Bilgene Cullum Jr.
Hannah Jane Bowles.
Gloria Connie Lucati.
Sophia Elizabeth Occupenti.
Casey Decker McFall.
Kennedy Reese Kitch.
Kalea Leilani London.
Rachel Lynn Bowermaster.
Selena Anaí Corrales.
Serenity Sienna Bickle.
Tyler Lane Coleman.
Corey Dion Dyer Jr.
Mason James Peterson.
Aaron Abdul Khalik Otto.
Leighton Alexander Tabor.
Xavier Thomas Mantlo.
Casey Lee Suntimer.
Allison Jane Sanders.
Gavin Merritt Smith.
Andrew Kenneth Shue.
Jackson Cade Lee.
Sarah Elizabeth Sackett.
Aaron Daniel Bossi.
Quinlan Dean Bauer.
Ryan Patrick Colby.
Tyler Jacob Trickey.
Joseph Michael Macaluso.
Stephen Allen Kane Jr.
Cody John Shield.
Christopher eBay.
Connor Michael Martin.
Xander Matthew Alessi.
Eli Alexander Henley.
Samuel Dean Brabin.
Pierce Alexander Isles.
Jacob Landon Page.
Madison Jade Frizzell.
Alex Randall Scott.
Chloe Michelle Oswald.
Kanan Archer Manley.
Nathan Daniel Hemphill.
Blake Conrad Scott.
Parker James Bolton.
Nadia Reese Goucher.
Peyton Andrew McLeod.
Lillian K. Peck.
Lucas Jean Critchfield.
Cheyenne Hope Sanders.
Lauren Ashley Jocelyn.
Delaney Ray Franklin.
Cassandra Nicole Carlin.
Mitchell M. Smith.
Tessa Marie Haynes.
Havana Valencia Griffin.
Alexis Metcalf.
Samantha Elizabeth Mesh.
Raven Scott Thomas.
Amber Ruth McLean.
Connor Levi Benson.
Sydney Nicole Kirkendall.
Lily Catherine Bremer.
Emma Paige Dicer.
Haley Camille Neese.
Jaslyn Ann Summers.
Remy Parker Robinette.
Halia Anna Marie Boyden.
Heaven Leanne Taylor.
Reagan Rose Schwalm.
Brennan Burl Davis.
Lily Mae Weaver.
Vivian Camille Anderson.
Georgia Marie Barge.
Paige Madison Price.
Jacob Daniel Aldridge.
Leah Claire DeGarmo.
Briggs Elliott Maynard.
Valerie Rose Clark.
Ava Sharon Woleski.
Carter Matthew Gibbs.
Rory Grace Anderson.
Chase Andrew Dawson.
Micah Kent Parsons.
Jordan Anthony Selmeyer.
Dylan Clay Pursley.
Nikki Reese McCown.
Audrey Vay Culver.
Christian Scott Brown.
Kylie Ann Pinkerton.
Parker Evan Brody.
Siham Jama Mohammed. Ainsley Evelyn Dillon. Teresa Catherine Suholt. Colin Russell Hickey. Avian Jade Sanderson Hendricks. Mariah Talina Slaughter.
I don't think they heard you. I don't think they heard you. Congratulations to the class of 2022. We are so very, very proud of you, your leadership, and your legacy. We wish you a bright and fulfilling future, rich experiences, and a world of your own making. Class of 2022, please rise, and if you haven't already, please move your tassel from right to left. Parents and teachers, we thank you for the support that you have provided the past 13 years to further propel our young adults to thrive. Today, they fly as eagles do and soar into adulthood. I now officially present to you the class of 2022.